Good morning students. Today we are going to start with next program of CS2, program number 7. So earlier we have completed 6 programs. So program number 7 is, in this program we have to find even as well as odd numbers from the given list. So the question is, a block of data is stored in memory location from C060. So you can assume these locations as 6060 to C060, that is 606C. So these are the memory locations from where we have to fetch the data to check whether the numbers are even or odd. So write a program to find the number of odd as well as even numbers from the given list and store the result immediately after the end of the block. So first of all, we have to check the list. We have to add the list on these memory locations, and then we have to apply this program to find out the number of even as well as odd. So the output of the inputs of this program is as follow. So look at this before execution part. So this is before execution part and memory location 6060. So you can assume this as 6060, and this is the data at the consecutive memory locations. So you can add any data, it is your choice. So I will show you the output according to these numbers. And the last memory location is 606C, 606C, and it means that you have to store the result after this memory location, that is 606D. After C, you know, hexadecimal A stands for 10, B stands for 11, C for 12, and D for 13, and E for 15. So you have to store the result at 606D and 606E. So when we execute the program, you will get this as an output after the execution. So this is the data same as we entered at the memory locations. So this is the output of this program at 606D memory location and 606E memory location. Here is the even number and this is odd number. So we have to find even and odd numbers. So first of all, check one thing, that how many numbers are given in the list. So you can count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there are total 13 numbers. So we have to mention that part in program too. Now let's start with the program. Start from the memory location 6000. So I am assuming this memory location as 6000. So the first label is start with this. First opcode, first instruction is MVI instruction. You know what is MVI instruction? MVI is move immediate data. So the very first instruction is to move the length of the block into some register, because we require the length of the block, because it tells the assembler that how many numbers assembler has to check to find whether they are even or odd. So that's why it is very important to store the length of block in some register. So this instruction is used to store the length of block. So the operand is C, 0D. So earlier we have count the numbers. There were 13 numbers in the list. So 13 is equivalent to hexadecimal number D. Okay, so that's why we are storing 0D in C register. So it means we are storing the length of block in C register. And this is the hex code of MVI instruction, MVIC instruction. So 0E, that is OE, is the hex code of this instruction, and this is the data that we have to transfer in C register. This is the immediate data. You can check 0D is the immediate data. So that's why this is 0D immediate data. So I hope it is clear to everyone what is first instruction. Now second instruction is MVI D, 0, 0. Again, MVI is move immediate data into D register. Now we are transferring 0 as immediate data in D register. Why we are transferring this? Because we are initializing D register to 0. So the hex code of MVI D is 16 and 00 is the immediate data. So this is immediate data, that is 00. Next instruction is move E comma D. Move E comma D means move the contents of D register into E register. So basically in the C register we have stored the length of the block. D and E registers are the registers that we require to store the even numbers and the odd numbers. So that's why we have initialized both the registers to 0. So here we are transferring the value of D to E. So we have earlier set the value of the D as 0. So 0 will be transferred into E. So this is the hex code of move E comma D instruction, that is 5A. So this is the hex code. Now, so we have initialized the registers and we have stored the length of the block. Now we have to move the pointer to that memory location to fetch the data. So you know how we have to set the pointer, we have already did in the previous programs. For this we have to use LXI instruction. So LXI, this is the address where we have to point. So you can see this is the address of first memory location, that is 6060. So we have to set the pointer to that memory location, that is 6060. So the instruction is LXI 6060. Here you have to write 60 because we are assuming this as 6060. So LXI 6060. The hex code of LXI H instruction is 21. Now we have to move to that memory location. So you know that we have to add the address, we have to write the address, and we have to write the address as in lower address byte and upper address byte. So 60 is the lower address byte. So write the lower address byte. This is 60 lower address byte. Now again this is 60 upper address byte. So this 60 is upper address byte. So instead of C0 you have to write 60 because we have assumed this as 60. Now we have moved the pointer to that memory location. Now move A comma N. Move the contents of that memory location into accumulator. And this is the hex code of move A comma N instruction, that is 7E. Next instruction is RRC. You know what is RRC? RRC is when we have to rotate the contents of the accumulator to the right. So we are moving the contents to check the value one by one. So that's why we are rotating the bits. So that's why we have used this instruction RRC, and 0F is the opcode hex code of RRC instruction. Next instruction is JNC. JN is jump if no carry. Jump if not carry or jump if no carry. And where it has to jump, this is the location where it has to jump in the program, 6011. So where is the 6011? This is 6011 memory location. So it will jump to this memory location where we have used the label odd. Now, first of all, look at this instruction. So if there is no carry, then go to label add. So you know what is odd number and even number. So this is the hex code of JNC instruction, that is D2, and this is the lower address byte. Every time when there is an address, we have to write the lower address byte as well as upper address byte. So 11 is the lower address byte and 60 is the upper address byte. So with this, it will jump to this location. Okay, now INRE. So it means we are incrementing the value of E. So if there is no carry, then jump to odd. It means if there is no carry, then go to odd. Odd means it means the number is odd, so it will move to that part. Else, the else part is number is even. So if the number is even, we have to increment that even counter. So we are basically using two registers, E and D. We are storing the even numbers in E register and odd numbers in D register. So if the number is even, we have to increment E register by 1. So increment E register even counter by 1, and this is the hex code of INRE instruction. Now jump. If the number is even, then jump to C012. Where is C012? This is C012. This next. So otherwise it will jump to this location. So the hex code of this instruction is C3 and the lower address byte is 12. Upper address byte is 60. So this is upper address byte 60. Now let's come to this point where we have jumped from this location. If the number is odd, so if the number is odd, you have to increment D register because we are storing odd numbers in D register. So increment D register by 1, and this is the 14 is the hex code of INR D instruction. Now this is next instruction where we have jumped from this location. So where we have stored the where we have incremented the event counter. So next is INXH. INXH means move the HL register by 1. So why we are moving the HL now? It means we have to move to next location. Next location. So that's why we are incrementing the value of H. Now next instruction is DCRC. Decrement C by 1. What is C? C is the register where we have stored the length of the block, that is 13. So we have total 13. We had total 13 numbers. So as we had 13 numbers, so you know why we use counter to count the steps. So let's start. Let's assume that we have started from the 13th number, then it will move to 12th number and so on till the first number. So that's why we have used the counter to count the number of steps. So decrement counter. Now JNZ. JNZ is if there is no 0, then jump to memory location 6008. So it will jump to this memory location and again it will repeat the process. So ultimately students, what we are doing in this program is, look at this. So first of all, we are setting the HL pointer to this memory location and we are checking whether the number is even or odd, and we are storing the number in the register accordingly, that either in D register or in E register. Then we have to move to next location to check the next number. So for this, every time we have to move the HL register by 1 to move to the next number. So this is the process. Now again, okay, so with this we have repeat the process by jumping to memory location 6008. So it will move to 6008 and repeat the process. And C2 is the hex code of JNZ instruction. 08 is the lower address byte and 60 is the upper address byte. Now move M comma D. So you know in the D register we have stored all the odd numbers. So now move the contents of D register into memory. It means it will store the result into the memory location, and this is the hex code of move M comma D instruction. Again increment INXH. Now why we are incrementing INXH here? Because now earlier we have stored all the odd numbers in the memory location. Now in the next memory location we have to store the even numbers. So that's why we have to increment the value of HL by 1. So it will move to next memory location and then move the contents of M comma E instruction, means move the contents of E register into the memory location M. So E means where we have stored all the even numbers. So this instruction will store the result in the next memory location of odd numbers. And the last instruction is CF, that is stop the program execution. Now see, so at these memory locations we have stored even or odd numbers. So look at the output. So after checking all the numbers, it will store the result. So students, in this book it was written that there are 4 even numbers and 9 odd numbers, but this is not the correct output. I have checked on the microprocessor kit and as well as according to the inputs. So the answer is 0, 3 and 0A. So there are total 3 even numbers and total 10 odd numbers. So you have to write the output as even numbers as 3 and odd numbers as 0A. A means 10. Okay, so with this we have completed this program, and you also have to write these registers, journal registers and flag registers in your file, and this is the program. So with this we have started this program from the 6000 memory location, and the last memory location is 601A. So you just have to write all the addresses as it is. You just have to change the first alphabet. You can assume it as either 6000 or 5000 or 4000. It is your choice. I have assumed it as 6000, and I have changed the hex codes and op codes accordingly. So wherever we are jumping from any of the location like C011, C012, C008, so at all these locations you have to write 6011, 6012, 6008, because we have also changed these addresses. Okay, so here you don't have to change because this is the length of the block. So with this we have complete this program, that is program of even as well as odd numbers. Now we will start with next program. Next program is program to find the smallest as well as the greatest number. So this is a very simple program. We have to find the smallest number from the list as well as greatest number from the list. So the question is, a block of data is stored in memory location from the location 6030 to 603A. So this is the block which is given in the question. So we have to check that block and we have to find the smallest and greatest number from the list. So write a program to find the smallest as well as greatest number from this block using linear search. So you know what is linear search. You have already studied linear search. So when we search every number one by one after the another in a proper sequence, this is known as linear search, and store the results immediately after the end of the block. Now we will see the before execution part. So this is before execution part, and these are the memory locations from where we have to fetch the data. The memory location is 6030. You can assume it as 6030, so on to 603A, 603A, and this is the data which is stored at memory location, and we have to find the smallest as well as greatest number and store the results at the next consecutive memory location. Now this is the after execution part. So this is the data, and the last location was 603A, the next location is 603B, and here the result is this is greatest number 77, that is largest number from the list. So you can check what is the largest number according to the list. So 77 is the largest number and 01 is the smallest number. So 77 is the largest number and 01 is the smallest number, and the result is at after A, that is B and C, 603B, 603C. Now we will see how the program works and what is the program. So in this program we also require the length of the block. So for this we have to count total numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there are total 11 blocks or total 11 numbers that we have to check. Okay, so let's start from 6000 memory location. So again I am assuming this as 6000 start, and the opcode first instruction is MVI C, 0B. Now MVI is move immediate data, 0B is the immediate data, B stands for 11. So it means the length of the block is 11 and we are storing the 11 in C register. So we are storing the length of block in C register. 0E is the hex code of NBI C, C instruction, and 0B is the immediate data. So 0B is the immediate data. Now next instruction is LXI H, 6030. So it means with this instruction we are pointing to memory location 6030. Why we are pointing to that location? To fetch the data, to fetch the first location, fetch the data data from the first location. Okay, so 21 is the hex code of LXI H instruction. 30 is the lower address byte and 60 is the upper address byte. So you have read 30 and 60. Now next instruction is move D, M. Move the contents of that memory location into D register and assume that the contents are greatest. You know that when we compare two numbers, we always assume by checking this number is greater than that number. Then we will find that which number is greater and which number is smallest. So we have to repeat the process until the end of the list, until the list completes. Okay, so next instruction is move E, M. Now assume the contents of E are smallest. So we are assuming D as greatest and E as smallest. So 56 is the hex code of MOVD instruction and 5E is the hex code of MOVE instruction. Now DCR, decrement C, again we have used counter to count the steps. So that's why we have used this instruction as we did in the previous program. Now INX H. INX H means increment HL by 1. It means in the memory location we have to move to the next location to fetch the next data. Okay, so this is the hex code of this instruction. Now move M, A. Move the contents of memory into accumulator, and 7E is the hex code of MOVA instruction. Now students, we have assumed that in the C register we have stored the length of the block. In the D register we have assumed that the content is greatest, and in the E we have assumed that the content is smallest, and after that we have incremented the H register. It means we have moved to next memory location and we have stored that data in the accumulator. Okay, so now we have to compare D. So one of our operand is in D register and one of our operand is in A register, and now we have to compare both the numbers. Okay, so for this we have to use compare instruction. CMP is compare D. Compare D means it will compare the contents of D register with the contents of accumulator, and result will be stored back in the accumulator. So this is the hex code of the compare instruction, that is BA. Now JC, jump. Why we jump? Why we have to jump? If D is greater than A, then go to label SML. If D is greater than A, then go to label SML. This is label SML. It means jump to this instruction and compare that number with E. So we had one number in D and one number in E and one number in accumulator. So we have checked the first of all accumulator with the D, and now we are checking with the E to find out the smallest and greatest. Okay, so JC is if D is greater than A, then jump to that location, and this is the hex code of JC instruction. This is the lower address byte, that is 0F, and upper address byte where it has to jump is 60, that is 60. Now move A into D. If D is greater than A, then move the contents of accumulator into D. It means move the greatest number into D, obviously, and if it is not, then move to that number and compare with E. So this is the hex code of that number. Now JNC is jump if there is no carry, and the condition is if E is smaller than A, then go to next label. Next label is here. This is next label. Then move to that number. So this is the address where it has to jump next label. The address of next label is 6014. So JNC 6014. So D2 is the hex code of JNC instruction, 14 is the lower address byte, and 60 is the upper address byte. Move E comma A, move the contents of A into E. If the number is greatest, move the contents of A into D. If the number is smaller, if number is greater, move A into D. If number is smaller, move the contents of A into E, and again decrement C register. Now after decrementing, when it has jumped to next location, this location, there is we have to decrement the counter by 1. Next is JNZC008. If flag JNZ means if there is no 0, then go to label VP. There is a label VP, go to this label and repeat the process. This label means increment, H means move to next memory location and repeat the same process. So this process is to repeat the process because it is saying that move to that location. So what is the label address of VP instruction? That is 6008. 6008. So C2 is the hex code of JNZ instruction, 08 is the lower address byte, and 60 is the upper address byte. Now again increment INX-H. Now why we are incrementing INX? Because it will go to this step and repeat the process, that is INX-H. So it is repeating the process to traverse the whole list, to check the whole list, to find out the greatest and smallest number. But this INX is when we have complete the list, now we have to move to the next memory location to store the result. So that's why we have to increment the value of H. So that's why here we are incrementing the value of H, and 23 is the hex code. Move M comma D. M comma D means move the contents. We have stored the greatest number in the D. So move the greatest number into the memory location, and 72 is the hex code of this instruction. Again INX-H. Now we have to move to next memory location to store the smallest number. So that's why we have to increment the value of H. This is the hex code. Move M comma E. M comma E means smallest number is in E. So we have to move that number into the memory location and CF. So with this we have completed the program of smallest number to find smallest as well as greatest number. So students, till this program, till this line, we have complete the program, like we have to repeat the process to check the number, to compare the number, to decrement the counter, and these steps are to store the result onto the memory location. So now we will check the output. So this is the output. You can see we have moved from this location to this location by incrementing the value of H. So 77 is the largest number and 1 is the smallest number. So these are the journal registers and flag registers affected by the program. So you also have to write before execution part, after execution part, journal registers and all the flag registers. So with this students, we have completed total 8 programs of CS2. So in today's lecture, we have completed 2 programs, program number 7 and program number 8. So that's all for today.